Awesome. Looks like we are live. All right, just gonna do a couple quick little techie checks for you guys. I we're just 2 minutes behind, had a little bit of a technical glitch, and I just have to do a little edit here. But welcome. All right, there we go. We are good to go. Okay, awesome. So we want to make sure that it is public. So welcome if you're here. So if you guys are tuning in on my page, you already know who I am. So Jenny Aitchison, and I am here from Ontario, Canada. I'm actually in Alliston, and I'm here with Stacie Kaut, my friend from Emerging Prophets and fellow school director to be. But yeah, Stacie, you want to introduce yourself? I know I gave you a little bit there.
Yeah, I've known Jenny for like, I don't know, a year and a half, 2 years now through EP. We've both been a part of EP and which is short for Emerging Prophets. We're we've just grown so much through that program, and it's helped us to just get a lot clearer on our calling and our purpose. It's amazing. I can't say enough good things about it. So we're starting up a school. I'm starting up a school in Austin, Texas area, and Jenny in Ontario, Canada. Um, so yeah, we're excited about it. It's
Yeah, exciting. So exciting. Have you been with Emerging Profits are you going on 3 years or 2.5 years? I feel like you
it'll
joined
be
around the same
it
time.
was Yeah, it was January of 2022 when I joined, so it's been 2 years
Okay,
now.
two
Yeah.
years. Okay, so I joined a little bit sooner, but it has been like, wow, what a whirlwind. I feel like I've known you for 5 years. Like so much life has happened in, just in the time that we've been with Emerging Profits, and because the growth process that we've been on and going through the certification program last year and getting, becoming school directors, and this year doing the profit launch program has been like, it's been awesome. It's been intense, and it's super exciting to be able to start, bring some of you guys along in the journey with us as we're moving, out into this next step and into this new chapter. Exciting. I know you guys drop the rocket launch emoji if you are feeling the excitement for this 2024 year, guys. And just going to give a few shout outs to Debbie Shakespeare, hello. Debbie is my friend in Jamaica. And there is also Emerging Profits Jamaica that is launching. So I'm launching on the 11th, and Jamaica's launching the following week. Stacie's launching in beginning of February. And we also have an Emerging Profits Alabama launching January 9th. So schools, yes, you guys feel it. So hello, Mighty, Susan, Nugget. We have Peta Grace from UK, Della Bodie, UK. So we got UK, Canada. We have Joanna Tolley. Joanna's in Texas. Kara Welk, hello, hello. Bonnie Coleman, Tracy McDonald Lambert. Those are some of my Ontario ladies. And Diane Hogan, she is she signed up for the school. She's going to be joining us next week, January 11th, Thursday. We have our first Emerging Profits Ontario class. So exciting. Pippa Bolton, we got lots from the UK on tonight. This is all these UK ladies are up until like midnight. This is it's great. You guys are all night owls. So we're gonna do a little bit of prophetic ministry. So just keep commenting and let us know if you're new. Let us know where you are tuning in from. And if you know someone who is prophetically gifted, might even be called to be a prophet, if they're in Texas or they're in Ontario, why don't you just like hit the share button and send them this live feed so that they can connect with us and just, kind of step into this prophetic flow. So we're going to jump in. We're going to prophesy over a few of you guys for a little bit. So stay with us. Hello, Sierra Gibson. Good to see you. Sierra's like pretty close to me. I think, Sierra, are you in Alliston? You're probably about only within 15 minutes of me. Maybe Barry. Yeah, awesome. So good. So good. All right, Brenda. Hello. Brenda is from Life Church Muskoka. And yeah, Joanna Tolley from, is Denison anywhere near you? Texas, Stacie, do you know where Denison is? That's where she's from.
Um, yeah, I think it's a couple hours away,
Couple hours.
actually.
Okay.
Yeah.
I have a student in my school who is 3.5 hours away.
Wow.
And she is making the trek. And so if you're in Ontario and you're like, oh, I want to be part of the school, but I feel like, I'm a little bit too far away. I actually got a corporate rate with the hotel, the Nottawasaga Inn Resort, which is here in Alliston, because we're having our in-person meetings on Saturdays because I'm covering a much broader region. And so there's actually got a like discounted hotel rate for the local resorts. So just to help to accommodate people who are driving 2-3 hours and want to be able to stay overnight rather than driving back to, here and back in one day. Awesome. And we got Andrew Robertson from New Zealand. Okay, we are touching all parts of the globe. I love this. All right, Stacie, did you have somebody highlighted that you like to prophesy over?
Yeah. Nancy Carnevale. Excuse me if I'm not saying that correctly. Nancy Carnevale. I just see that there in this new year, there is such an acceleration coming upon you. I just see the Spirit of the Lord coming on you, and you're just moving forward at a faster pace than you've ever gone before. And I see you even just stepping out into new entrepreneurial endeavors and just things that ideas that God has placed in your mind that you're like, you've thought about, you've been thinking about for a while, and some newer ideas, and you're just like, you're stepping out in those things. And I just see God just bringing such prosperity to you and your family through these creative ideas and entrepreneurship. And I see you with what you're doing through the entrepreneurship. You're helping a lot of people. You're helping a lot of people just move forward in different areas of their lives, and it's amazing. So I just released that supernatural acceleration and just that quickening of the Holy Spirit upon you for your business in Jesus' name.
That's awesome. So you don't know this, but Nancy is actually one of my students. So she is actually signed up to join the school. So this is definitely going to be a takeoff rocket launching year for Nancy. And Kayla Lopez, hello, another one of the students for the EP Ontario School is here. So we have a few of you. There's a few more of you who haven't signed up yet. And so, you can go over to Emerging Profits Ontario and click on the apply now button. We have our class 1 week from right now. We will be starting. Awesome. Yeah, Nancy, you're strapped in. You're strapped in. Okay, I want to prophesy over Sierra. Yeah, Sierra Gibson. Yeah, Sierra. Yeah, Sierra, I just see I see the Lord, I see him reaching over and turning up the lights. And it's like the lights were on, but I see him going over and I see the light like a dimmer switch. And I just see him like cranking it up. And I see like everything around you becoming brighter and becoming more illuminated. And I just see that it's like, you know, it, we do so well in and you've done so well in like navigating in the situation and the circumstance and the level of it's the level of enlightenment, the level of revelation, and you've been like you had this hunger on the inside of you and you've been navigating your way forward. And I just see that like here in 2024, like he is really just turning on the lights even brighter. and it's making things even more clear so that, it's like, in some senses where it's like I can see there were some areas where it was almost like you couldn't quite see clearly. And it was like you felt like you were like kind of navigating almost like a dark room, and you just had to like get really close to be able to see. But it's like as the lights are coming on, I just see this like it's increasing your ability to see into the distance and to see like things that are farther away. And it's really um it's that prophetic revelation and that ability to see things that are in the future, and just the clarity. I just see this clarity of being able to discern like what things are up close and what things are far away. Because sometimes it's like we have this a lot of us prophetic people, it's like we know things and we can sense that they're coming, but sometimes it's difficult in the timing, and that has to do with like whether it's near or far. And so I can see it in like in a natural vision. But Sierra, I just see this tenacity in you, and I see this hunger, and I see just this real desire to you've been pursuing the light, and it's like you've been going after the light, and you've been wanting that which is light, and you've been wanting that which is good. And it's like you had one measure of light, but now it's like it's this greater light that you're finding. And so I just see you going after it, and you are just like that moth to the flame. Like you are just so attracted to the fire of God. God is the all-consuming fire. And I just see this like magnetism, and it is his love drawing you in. And I see him encountering you in this year as the Father that you have not known, like a love and a purity of like, as much as you may have known an earthly father that loved and cared for you, like this is just this over the top, this next level. And I see him coming in and just breaking through any religious conceptions or ideas, and you encountering him. Yeah, I see you now already encountering him in this new place of intimacy. And I just see you positioning yourself before him with a heart that's just so hungry, and is just so ready to come and to eat of him and to hear him and to consume him. And so I just see this like just surrender yourself to that pull towards this light, because he is wooing you, he is loving on you, and he is drawing you in. Yeah. Yeah. Bless you, Sierra.
Um, Joanna, totally. Uh, I see you writing. I see like as you write, like the Lord is just writing through you, like he's giving you downloads. Um, as you journal with him, as you in your devotional time, I just see you there's all sorts of creative writing that's coming from you. And um I see just even through that, like you writing books and writing um even like devotional uh maybe devotional Bible study types of books, or um maybe even some children's books. But I just see that just anointing flowing as you're writing, and that your intimacy with the Lord is just growing and deepening in that place of writing. And it's just a very beautiful thing. And I just see in the season too that uh you're hungry to grow in you're so hungry to grow in your relationship with God and in the prophetic. And like God is in the season, he's increasing your capacity, he's increasing your um just your understanding and ability to see and to hear and what things mean in the spirit. And what, you're just like a hungry, like one of those baby birds, just feed me, like but it's a great hunger to have. You're spiritually hungry, and I just see God just pouring out on you and filling you with what you're hungry for. And because it's the uh, you know uh, a hunger for God and his the things that he wants to give you. So he is just so delighting in you in the season, and I just see him pouring out revelation. So I just release that prophetic flow through writing, and just that prophetic grace, just that an enlarged capacity to just see and know and hear and understand the things that God is speaking to you.
Awesome. That's such a good word. And that sounds, that sounds like it resonates with some other words that I've heard spoken over Joanna as well. Yeah. Yeah. So good. I'm going to prophesy over, it's Monique Valdez. I don't, she's from Texas. Oti. I don't know if that's near you. Monique. Yeah. Yeah. Monique, I see that. Yeah. I see that you have a real sharp eye. You have a real sharp eye, real keen gift of discernment. And I just see the Lord, um, it's like I see you having this laser, kind of like a laser focus, and it's this vision. And it's like I see you being able to see, it's almost like night vision and this ability to like see in places where other people are lacking clarity. And I just see, it's this discerning of spirits, but then I also see having this really strong sense, this real gut kind of instinct on the inside. And I just see you as someone with like real, it's like sometimes it just seems like you have a lot of common sense and a lot of street smarts, and you can just kind of see through things and get to the bottom of it. But it is like your revelatory gift. And it is like it is so in the fabric of who you are. And it's in your DNA. And so I just I just feel like God wants to like highlight that there's things about yourself that you don't realize how deeply gifted you are, and how you see things and feel things in ways that other people don't. And it's that revelatory gift that God is giving you. And it's like you have so many it's like so many spiritual antenna that are up and they're open. And sometimes it's almost like, I don't know if you don't realize how much you actually hear from God and like hear from heaven, because there's so many different frequencies and so many different ways that he is getting information into you. And I just really feel like that, just to say like that, go with your gut. Go with your gut and trust that instinct that's on the inside of you. I just feel like you are you have such an ability to come into a place and to discern and to feel and to like just to understand very quickly what is going on, and to be like the spiritual thermometer in places. And the Lord is giving you these abilities, and I think he wants to really unpack them in a new depth and a new level, so that you can understand like, why do you feel, why do you understand? And that the reason is because you are the answer. You are the breakthrough. You are a powerful woman, and you are one who can come in, and whatever you're sensing and feeling and discerning, you actually, there's an invitation for you to come in and to be a voice and to be that breaker that comes in and shifts things. There is such an ability. And so I just see the Lord really inviting you into a place of just it's like this invitation to come, to discover, to explore, and to learn about who you are, what he's put on the inside of you, and just really to understand like how powerful you are. Like you are so powerful. And I feel like he really wants to release your voice in a new way in this season, because there is so much wisdom and revelation that you have, and that other people are going to be blessed by you, like stepping out and releasing and really trusting yourself to release what you're sensing and feeling, and helping people to navigate the way forward. Yeah. Yeah. Let me know if that resonates with you. You give me some feedback in the comments there, Monique. Yeah.
I just wanted to mention too, is as you're listening to these prophetic words, if any part of the prophetic words resonates with you, you can go ahead and take that for yourself. So, because we may not be able to get to everybody, but if a prophetic word resonates with you, then it's for you. So, um, go ahead and take it for yourself. Um, for JC, um, Brenda JC, I just see that you are a very strong woman of God, and you've faced a lot of battles. You've been through a lot of challenging things in your life, and you've overcome, and you've built this great strength to face adversity. And um, I see you reaching people that are like you have eyes to see people that are maybe held captive or oppressed or struggling with certain things. Like you can spot it, you can recognize it, and you have the grace to help get them free. You
Mm.
have the grace to bring deliverance, bring freedom. Like I just see you being a freedom fighter, or freedom, like you have like a stealth ability. Like, and what I mean by that is like you can kind of go into different environments, different atmospheres. You're adaptable, and you can navigate different cultures or different people, and kind of just fit in, and just navigate those waters. And but inside of you is dynamite. Inside of you is just this powerful, the powerful presence of God. And you're able to navigate those relationships, and at the right time, at the right moment, just boom, you can release when the person is ready to receive um, what you're carrying. You're able to bring the word of the Lord. You're able to bring um, exactly what they need to be set free, and to be healed, to be delivered, and to help them move forward into God's purpose for their life. So yeah, I just see that um, you have a big heart for these people to be um, to reach their potential, and to be free of the things that hinder them. And you have an authority, and in this season that authority is growing, and that ability is just God uh, is proud of you, and he's gonna just use you in a mighty way to help so many people. So I just release that mighty power of the Lord upon you, and that strength, and just, yeah, bless you in Jesus' name.
So good. Yeah. Okay, Patty Ann, you haven't commented yet, but says that you are watching. Patty. Yeah. Mhm. Patty, I just see you with I see you with such a heart of just such a heart of compassion. And I just see you being like really carrying that heart that Jesus had, where it said that, like, he was moved with compassion and he healed people. And I see you having that heart that is so moved with compassion, and that is so, where you are willing to stop for the one, where you are willing to, it's like I see you, being willing to pay a price, being willing to, in some situations, even almost like give the shirt off of your back to serve one. And I just see this, like, this generosity and this real, like, just this compulsion to minister to people who are less fortunate. And I see the Lord really coming in, and because he wants to lift off some of the burden bearing, because there is this like you have such a compassion and you want to come in and you serve and you blessing and you do all of this. But I just see him like, I see him coming in and like really yoking himself to you and helping to like ease some of the burden that you have felt that you have been carrying. So I see this like it's like a new grace and it's like a sense of a lightness in this season, because it's like it's this closeness to him where he's really coming and you're learning to like get in really close, so that some of these things that you're feeling with the people that you're just so loving on and caring and feeling a sense of responsibility, that he's really helping to take some of that burden off of you, and so but it's like it's an interesting thing because it's like rejuvenating and refreshing you, but it doesn't actually mean that you're doing less to serve or doing less to minister, but it's just this new grace that he's giving you. And it's a real like mindset kind of shift and a positional shift that he's bringing you. And I just see him really, he's bringing you in really close and really um relating to you as friend in this season, and he really wants to like bring you really close in that place of friendship. And because you've really got the like the Martha thing down really well, and you are a servant and you are faithful, and you give and you do all those like beautiful things that he's so pleased with, but there's this next level and he's bringing you in closer, and it's deeper in the place of intimacy. And it's not that where you were wasn't good enough, but it's like it's this next upgrade in this next level. And so I just see just such an upgrade in your relationship, and I see this joy, this level of joy of salvation being restored to you. Yeah, I just see it. Just receive it. There is like it's the well of joy, the well of joy. And for this isn't just for you, but for a lot of us, the last 3 years, there's been things and debris that has kind of like stopped up that well of joy, and it's made it more difficult for us to navigate through life with lightness. But I just hear the Lord saying that that to cast off the seriousness and to cast off the heaviness, and for us to and even just prophetically do an act like reach down into the well of your spirit and grab up any sticks or anything that you feel is like obstructing the flow, and just pull it out. Just pull it out, because he says it's a day of joy, that this is a season of joy for us to step into, that we're going to move forward, that the joy of the Lord is our strength. And so we need to stir up this joy. We're not serious, religious, old covenant prophets. We are those who know the joy of the Lord, and it is the goodness of our God. It is the goodness of our God and our revelation of his goodness that is going to propel us in this season and is going to help us to draw other people into him. And so he is just like, he is so playful, and he is really inviting us into this place of enjoyment and just delight. He says, stir up that joy, stir up the well of joy on the inside of you, and cast off. He says, cast off the heaviness and put on your garments of praise, guys. Put on your garments of praise. I know I just like kind of transitioned there from Patty into a little bit more corporate, but I felt that's what we're supposed to do. So you guys take it. Just take it. One of the things that I love about emerging prophets, and it's actually been one of the things that has stretched me, because it's been one of the areas I really needed to grow in, and it's in joy. Because The Happy Prophet, which is a book that Keith Ferrante wrote, but it's the happy prophet. That's what we need to be. And this whole emerging prophets movement, it's really bringing the joy back into the prophetic movement. Like, how many of you guys, when you think of a prophet, do you think of someone who's laughing and filled with joy and is fun to be around? Or do you think of someone who's stern and fiery and very serious? I used to be so serious. I mean, I still have my moments, but it's just this lightness, and that this is actually our strength. This is our place of victory, is just really being able to like unstop that well of joy and to get back in touch with that deep place of childlike joy. Think of kids, like, think of kids, they laugh like hundreds of times a day, and think of the laughter of a child. Like, we're supposed to be like that because it's the goodness of God. I don't know about you, Stacie, but I grew up with the fear of hell, that, the fear of hell that made me want to ask Jesus into my heart because I was so afraid to burn. And I was just like, oh, yeah. But it doesn't cultivate that real kind of relationship that makes you want to draw closer to the Father. But when we know this joyful Jesus, and it says actually that Jesus was anointed with the oil of joy more than all of his companions. And so it's this joyful, happy prophetic company. Yeah. And that's how we best reflect Jesus. Yeah. Anyway, that's my have any thoughts on joy?
I I love the joy of the Lord, and that's one thing I love about EP and is just that I've grown into is the joy of the Lord, because I mean in his presence, it says in his presence is
Yeah.
fullness of joy. And I mean, he is a happy God and who delights in his children. It says he's a good father. If you being evil know how to give good gifts to your children, how much more is our heavenly Father? It's good to us. Like he is good. He's not, yes, we do like fear and revere him in a good way and honor him as the King of Kings. But at the same time, we know him as our good father, as our daddy. We can call him Abba, Daddy, God, and I just, you know, I, I totally agree with you, Jenny, about how EP is bringing joy to the prophetic movement and to prophets because that's a big thing that often prophetic people and prophets are missing, and but as new covenant prophets, it's so essential because sometimes as prophetic people, we can be so serious and so like black and white and raw, like this is this is how it is and it's got to be this way and calling down judgment on and but we're not in the Old Testament anymore. We're in the New Testament, and Jesus came to bring reconciliation, healing, restoration, and joy. He's pouring out his joy. So yeah, just
I had a fun moment today at work. Today there's some days where today was one of those days, like it was busy and I was at work from 8 to 5, but it was just such a good day. And you have those days where, God just feels so close. And I just felt like even, I'm an ultrasound technologist. That's my profession. And, so I have lots of patients and I just scanning, and I just felt like the joy, just like such a lightness in that joy of the Lord, just like even in the midst of doing my job and like serving my patients. And it was so bubbling up that I was, and this might have seemed a little bit unprofessional, but I was doing an ultrasound on a patient and I just started laughing. And I just had to say to her, I was like, I'm so sorry. I was like, this has nothing to do with the ultrasound. I was like, but I am just so happy. And I just started laughing. And she started laughing with me. And I just said to her, I was like, well, at least you didn't get the grumpy ultrasound technologist. But it was just this like but it was just the laughter, even in the seriousness of like life and whatever you're doing. And it just shifted everything. It shifted my atmosphere was so shifted, and it shifted her atmosphere. And, it's like when you encounter, it's like you encounter that joy. That's like to fully encounter Jesus. It's like you haven't fully encountered him if you haven't fully encountered the joyful Jesus. And I didn't understand before that Jesus was so joyful because I was very serious and I took spiritual things very seriously. And I took myself way too seriously. But I love this. I love the joy and that, right? The kingdom is righteousness, peace, and joy in the Holy Spirit. And so those are the atmospheres that we are bringing and cultivating. So Stacie, why don't you share a little bit, because you just got your website launched and you have some exciting in-person events coming up.
Yes. So if you are in the Austin area or surrounding Austin area, I am hosting some prophetic events. January 8th, which is coming up soon, next Monday, and then January 25th, a few weeks from now. I'm gonna have an event in the evening. And you can actually sign up for it on my website. It's free. Just if you want to come and experience a little bit of what the Emerging Prophets School is going to be like. And then we're going to have prophetic worship, prophecy, of course, prophetic encouragement. We're going to have little teaching, little prophetic activation, get you everybody, practicing their gifts a little bit. And so it's going to be awesome. Night of prophetic encouragement here in person. So, and then I'll be starting my EP school February 1st. So yeah, I am so excited. If you're in the Austin area, you're hungry to grow in the prophetic, you just want to go deeper, you want a community of people that understand and value your prophetic gift, and where you don't feel alone in trying to navigate prophetic stuff, but a community that actually can accelerate you and propel you forward in your prophetic calling, and help you niche down and find exactly who you are as a prophetic person or a prophet. This is the school, this is the place you want to be. It will accelerate you and grow you and just give you that community that you need to grow in the prophetic. So I just want to put that out there, and I'll put my website in the comments for y'all to see. And if you want to, there's more details on there. You can look at it. So yeah.
That's so good. It's so good. Guys, if you're in the area, go. You need to go. You're going to be blessed, and just come taste and see and enjoy. Stacie is she's very prophetic, but she's also an incredible worship leader as well. And so I'm sure there's going to be some worship and some prophecy, and it'll be an awesome time. So it's going to be so good. And I love that. Like, even if unless you have a super highly prophetic church, there are some out there. There are some prophet-led churches. I was part of one before, but in general, churches do the best that they can to like minister to, everybody. And so there's a certain level of like, because there's, pastors are taking care of everybody, the apostle, prophets, evangelists, pastors, teachers. And it's a very, often it's very kind of like general, feeding and, but do you have that? Like sometimes you have that, like if you're prophetic or you're called to that, or you have these revelatory gifts, so often there's that missing piece where there isn't the depth into going, because each ministry has its own mandate. And so the beauty in like being able to come together to be part of something like a emerging prophet school is it's this intentional focus in developing your call specifically in the prophetic. And so it's so exciting because it's like I've been doing prophetic gift training for a couple of years, which is one level, but there are so many different levels. Like there is the gift of prophecy, which we can all operate in. But then there's being like a trusted prophetic voice where you take your gift of prophecy to another level. And then there's some of us who are, maybe you've received a prophetic word or a call, you've had someone speak it over you, like, you're called to be a prophet. And then there's like the emerging prophet level, and that's where Stacie and I, fall as being part of the emerging prophets and really going after it. But we all want to get to those of us who are called want to get to the office, like to the place of our destiny. And it's like there's this beautiful process that we have to go through. But sometimes it is just so long. And sometimes when we, so this is the beauty of coming together in like a school, in a small group, really intentionally focusing on the areas that we need to grow, really focusing on like, okay, who are my people? Where am I called? What is my region? Discovering like, what is your place of influence? And helping to see that like most people's place of influence is outside of the Sunday morning expression. Not to say that we shouldn't all be in the Sunday morning expression, but that God is actually like wanting to explode the prophetic into like every sphere of influence and every mountain and every realm, like into business, into media, into entertainment, into education, government, all of these areas. And so it's like intentionally focusing on, who are you uniquely called to be? Who is Stacie? Who is Jenny? Who is Kayla? Who is Nancy? Who is Diane? Where has God called you? What has He given your gift? And who are the people that He's called you to serve? Yeah.
That's so good, Jenny. That's so good. You know, oftentimes when we think of the word prophet, when we think of prophet, we tend to just think about the big, powerful, mighty man or woman on the stage, that everybody knows, that brings the powerful word of the Lord, and we love and value those prophets,
Yeah.
but there really is so many other type of prophets out there. There's that maybe not meant to be on the stage. Maybe their stage is
Yeah.
somewhere else. Like, there's intercession prophets that they go to war in prayer, and they shift things that nobody knows their name maybe, but in heaven they're well known. There's um
Yeah.
music and artistic prophets that maybe dance, or they write books, or sing, or do art, have a artistic expression that they communicate God's heart through, and like Jenny was saying, there's prophets that are meant to be in every sphere of society, um, including the church, but everywhere besides the church too. And there's even prophets that may be called to just specific individuals. Like in the Bible, we see Nathan with David. Nathan's main ministry as a prophet was to King David, and he gave wisdom and spoke the word of the Lord to David. And so, some prophets are their main focus of ministry is maybe a governmental leader, or a business leader, or so. It's just that's one awesome thing about in the EP schools, you get to uh, find out, all these things, all these different varieties of what a prophet can actually look like, and get understanding of where exactly you fit in, what area are you called to be a prophet or even a prophetic person, so yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's so good. Yeah. There's prophetic minstrels, prophets who primarily worship and do intercession. And then there's also prophetic artists. Like there's this whole other realm of like creativity and prophetic art that like, I saw Amanda Beckford on here, and she's one of my students, and she's so inspiring. She's an artist, but like God has put such a gift in her. She didn't even know that she could paint. She liked to doodle and do things. And she started painting and realized like this gift that God had put on the inside of her. And she paints these incredible lifelike, like animal photos. This painting that she did of a lion is just incredible. But it's just like God's put so much inside of us. And for a lot of us, it's like locked up because we're not like necessarily in the right environment or company where we're like fully encouraged to discover and explore everything that's on the inside. And so it's just really exciting when you get to see, the fruit. Like, so I think of the mentorship group that I've been running, and people like Amanda and Kayla, and like when you see the fruit of it and you see people who weren't prophesying or didn't know how prophetic they were, and they step out and they start to discover, and they start to like start on this journey, and they start to flourish, and that hunger gets provoked inside of them, and it's so exciting, and to just find like to ascend the mountain of God, but not alone, but with our communities, with our students, with our team, and with our other fellow emerging prophets, just even in the whole like global community. So we're really excited, guys. So excited. So if you're in Texas or you're in Ontario or someone who is, really, really consider whether you want to like just launch off in 2024 and join us, because we're going. It's gonna be awesome. I think maybe because it's 11 minutes to 8. So maybe, did you have anyone else who was highlighted? We might do a little bit more prophetic ministry to a few of you guys who are still hanging on here.
Yeah, yeah, let's see here.
Thanks so much for tuning in, guys, and hanging out with us here.
Um, Mady Oxalis or Oxales. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that right, but Mady Oxalis. Um, I just see in this season you are stepping forward into new territory and you are taking ground. Like I just see you like there's been things in the past that may have just hindered your progress, may have just you felt maybe stuck, or maybe things in your family that have like just I don't know, you felt a hindrance, and it's like right now in the season you're like nope, you're cutting it off. You're just like no more. This is where God wants me. This is where what I'm stepping into, and you're just breaking ties with all anything that has ever held you back. Like I just see you being very adamant about and fervent about moving forward with all that God has for you in this season. And um I just see like a fervency coming upon you, and a zealousness for the things that God has for you and for your family. and you're taking ground. You're taking ground. You're moving forward. You are um, uh, you are a pioneer. You are a pioneer in your family. You're you're bringing the kingdom in your family, and I just see that you love your family well, and God has grown you so much in your in being able to love people, and it's like you're continually growing in that, um and the your love, I see your heart, just the Lord just filling it with fresh love for people, even when it's like people are being just mean and ridiculous, and just, people are just being people. And I just see you going to the Lord and being like, Lord, I don't I don't have anything else to give this, but in that place of prayer and honesty with the Lord, I just see the Lord just filling you with his love and his patience and his thoughts, for all of those people that you're dealing with. And I just see God's grace coming on you. God's grace is coming on you, um, to love, to love, to love your family well, and to be that peacemaker, to be that reconciler, and to just bring God's peace, love, and righteousness into your family in a powerful way. And so I just release that upon you right now. Just release that grace and that peace right now upon you.
Mm, that's such a good word for mighty. I totally resonates. And mighty, just before she said your name, actually, my eyes went to you as well. And I just feel like he is just, he's pouring fuel. I see him pouring fuel on the fire. And he is pouring, he's just pouring, and he is just, you have been so stewarding the flame. And it's like, I see you just so protecting the fire that he has put inside of you in the face of opposition, in the face of resistance. And I see you that you have protected well. And I just see him adding fuel to it. And he is going to so turn up the temperature of it in such a good way. And I just see that it's like, like Jeremiah, it says like the word, the word was like in him like a fire shut up in his bones. And it's like, I see you, it's like you have that, you have the word, you have the revelation on the inside of you. And it just said that Jeremiah was weary from holding it back. And I just see that there's been a sense of a holding back in this season, a sense of not having that fullness. But I see like this, you're getting to that point where it's just like it's just going to explode out of you, and it's going to so exude out of you, and just go with it. You have that peace, you have that gentleness and that love for your family and everything that Stacie was saying. There's also a tiger inside there, and I see that there is a feistiness that is going to start to come out in this season. And it's not it's all good, it's all like in a good way, but it's just in that like you are going for it, you are going to have what is yours, nothing is going to be held back. So I just bless you to take hold of it, take hold of it. He's so pleased with you. Yeah, he really 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 trusts you. So good. Yeah, mighty, you're so precious. All right, that wasn't actually who I was going to prophesy over, but I had oh, what was her name? Oh, where did she go? Alita Simudia. Alita. Yeah. Yeah. Alita, I just see the Lord. I see him giving you dreams and visions in the night. I see him speaking to you. I just see like, there's so much that he's showing you. And I just see these like downloads, like floods of revelation and information that God is just like, he is communing with you. And he is, it doesn't matter like what's going on in the day, the busyness, whatever. I just see God as like, he's so like, it's like he's taking you in that night season, in this nighttime, and he is speaking, he is downloading things. So I don't know if you do dream journaling, but like if you don't, get your pen and get your journal and prepare, because there are things that he's showing you. And, um, so he's been showing you, and I see like there's been like so much information and floods. And I think that you even find yourself in those places, and you can let me know if this is true or not, of having those deja vu moments where you're just like, wow, like I feel like this already happened. And it's because God is just showing you on such a deep level, like he is showing you things before they happen. And I feel like he really wants to train you in this realm of learning to steward your dreams well and the information that he's given you, because there are dreams for you that are for strategy and that are going to help you to move forward. There are dreams that are warnings, and then there are dreams that are for even intercession, and where he's showing you things so that you can actually intercede, whether in prayer, sometimes in prayer, but sometimes in even giving wisdom and counsel and helping people even to shift the course of their direction. Because it's like, it's almost like he'll show you in a dream, like, so and so was about to walk off a cliff. And so it's like, I just see you really learning how to steward this gift and to pull out information and just the meat out of what God is showing you. And it's really an exciting time, because it's like, as you're communing with him and processing the things that he's telling you, it's taking you deeper into relationship with him. And it's really gonna like give you that deeper, it's just such a deeper sense of intimacy, because it's like he's not just talking to you, but he's pouring into your spirit revelation that cannot be taken from you while you're sleeping. So it's really powerful. So let me know if that resonates with you. Yeah, so bless you, Alita. Awesome. Did you have one more, Stacie?
Yeah. Josie Lavoie. Um, I just see that in this season, God is just he's just surrounding you with his love, and he so delights in you. And he's like, I see him showing you just how much he loves you and how much he delights in you, as a parent would delight in their young child. He just cherishes you and delights in you. And I see like um you working with children. Like I don't know, I see you able to uh just really connect with children and minister to children in a way that it's a gifting you have to connect with children, and you have a real heart for children. And uh, I just see children like singing songs. I see doing artwork, and I see you telling stories to children, and like you're bringing the reality of the gospel to children, and you're helping them grow in their faith and filling their hearts with wonder of who God is. And just um and I just see that like God is giving you opportunities in this season to minister to children, and that it fills you with joy. And um so yeah, I just see that God just delights in you. He loves you so much. And you have such a sweet heart and a tender heart before him, and you're able uh to reach to reach others especially young ones for his with his heart. So I just bless you with that.
So good. So good. Josie, be blessed. Take that. I love that. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. We're at 8:02, so I guess I started 2 minutes late, so we're like right at the hour mark. But Stacie, thank you. Thank you for joining me today and just blessing, people with these life-giving words and chatting a little bit about the school and our excitement. And yeah, thank you for joining us. Yeah. All
Thank
right,
you all for
guys.
joining. It's been great. Been a great night.
Yeah. All right. Good night, guys. Thanks so much for tuning in. Have a good night. We'll see you soon.